everyone, it's Lee here at Gnome and Backyard, and I did a really quick pre-recorded video for everybody today using more of our Decoupage napkins from Grandma Jean's napkin assortment. I'm just having way too much fun with these napkins, and I want to thank all of you for that. Now, what I used for today's craft was the witch's hat from the Dollar Tree. And these are really cute, guys. If you could grab more than one, I would grab a couple because they would be really, really sweet for Christmas also. So just keep that in the back of your mind. This would make a cute little Santa hat. We could put a little bell or a little ball hanging off the edge, and we could use Grandma Jean's Christmas napkin assortment to decoupage on here. But for today's project, this is the napkin that I chose. And again, I am just absolutely loving this napkin. It is way too sweet, and boy does it shout fall. I love all the leaves and the acorns. So I decoupaged my napkin right on to the front of my witch's hat. I'm going to take some twine that I have just to make it pop a little bit and wrap it everywhere where the little slices are in the hat. So there you see, I wrapped my piece of twine around there twice. I'm leaving it loose again to give it some dimension, and I'm going to do the same thing 1, 2, 3 more times. Okay, so that looks really, really cute. Now, I'm going to take 2 of my leaves from the Dollar Tree, my burlap leaves. They come separate. I think you get 8 or 5 tan in a pack and 5 orange in a pack. So I'm taking 2 orange, and I'm just measuring out how far it would be for them to actually just fit right here underneath the brim of my hat. So I do have to overlap them just a little. So I overlap them just a little, holding them together with some hot glue. And now I am going to take my mesh tube from the Dollar Tree, and this is what it looks like. It comes in a bag like this. Right now they have fall colors, and they are starting to get their reds, greens, golds, Christmas colors in. So I grabbed some of the tan, and I just cut some pieces of tube, and that's what I'm going to use for my gnome's beard. I'm just going to hot glue them straight across the very top using a generous amount of hot glue. I'm just going to place them right on top of my leaf, just like we would if we were using the mop heads to make the beards with. And you can have all different sizes so that your beard has some dimension to it. So this is what our gnome's beard is going to look like, and you can cut these afterwards if you want them to be at different lengths. I actually think this is going to turn out pretty cute looking. Now, you know I usually always use a tan pom-pom or wooden bead for my nose, but going with the theme of this leafy floral fall gnome, I am actually using one of these little balls from the Dollar Tree. They come in this color. They also came in a darker color. I grabbed a few of these to use, and I just cut one in half. And I'm going to use that for his nose. After figuring out where the placement of my nose is going to be, I'm actually going to run some hot glue right across the top of my beard so that I could secure my hat and then add my nose as the last step. Again, use a generous amount of hot glue so that your hat will stay. And then you can actually, how cute is this? And then you can actually just take some hot glue, put it underneath a little bit of leaf on the end and on this end and secure it so that your beard definitely stays in place. Guys, I am loving this. I know I say that a lot, but I can't help it. I'm just in love with this. Now again, I normally use a little pom-pom for the nose, which actually is to my taste and my liking. I really do like how that looks, but I am trying to get out of my comfort zone and use some different items and give you guys some ideas to come up with some creative items on your own for you to do it. And let's see, I'm definitely going to use this flower ball, I'll call it, as his nose. I'm hot gluing it on the brim of the hat just a little, on the beard just a little. And guys, I think he is too cute. Now, if you want a fuller beard, just add more of your mesh tubing. I think this looks really cute. I'm loving how the orange leaf behind the brown beard looks. I really think it pulled together really nicely, and I am loving it. Now, you can just poke right through the little hole that was already in the wooden piece and add a piece of twine to hang this as some holiday fall decor. Now, we're not done yet. We are going to do a second gnome. A follower told me to try and decoupage on some of the metal pieces at the Dollar Tree, and I just happen to have this metal witch's hat, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And this is the napkin I chose to use from Grandma Jean's fall assortment. I think this is really sweet. Now, I did learn a few things with the decoupaging on the metal. First thing I learned was to soften up your edges, do not use sandpaper because it will probably rip your napkin right off the edge. It was fine using sandpaper on the wood. That worked just fine, but on the metal, it didn't work too well, and I did get a few tears, but we're gonna hide those. But I am absolutely loving this napkin, and I know there is a hole in the middle of this, but I'm gonna cover that up with some leaves. So, that's the first thing we're gonna do. I am just gonna take a few leaves from the Dollar Tree and strategically place them on the hat where that metal would be showing through. So now you can't even see where that hole would be. I'm going to take a little bit of raffia in a bow and actually put it up towards the top where I had one or two little decoupaging accidents, because again, I am still learning, but I am absolutely loving it. And I'm so excited to show you guys Grandma Jean's Christmas napkin assortment as soon as we get it completed. Just gonna add a few little fall berries. Now there we go. How cute is that hat looking? So for this gnome, I'm just gonna take the opposite. I'm taking 2 of the tan burlap leaves. I am going to overlap them and then glue them together. So this will be the base of our beard. And then for this beard, I actually pulled these floral fuzzies. They remind me of like pussy willows off of a stem from the Dollar Tree. So I've got 5 of these from $1 stem at the Dollar Tree. And this is what I'm going to use as my beard for this gnome. So we do have a theme here. The gnomes, I'm going to display them together in my home. And I really do think they are going to look sweet. So all I'm going to do, it's the same idea. I'm just going to hot glue these pieces straight across to make a beard. For this though, I am going to put the hot glue right on the floral piece just to make sure that they stay attached. And I am using a generous amount of hot glue. Okay, so that's going to make a really cute gnome beard also. Again, we are just going to run some hot glue across the top of our beard to secure our hat. And then I'm going to turn it over and just secure the two ends of our leaves. How cute is this little guy? Missing his nose. And again, to keep with the theme, I just took one of the darker colored floral balls, cut it in half, and I'm just going to hot glue it right to the brim of his hat. Oh, you guys, I don't know, but I actually think these two make the sweetest little set of fall gnomes. I really am liking them. Now, because this is real life, let me show you what happened. You have to be very careful, I'm finding, when decoupaging with the metal pieces from the Dollar Tree, because when I did have it flipped upside down on my table, I could have been much more gentle, and I do have a little area here where the tissue paper did rip off. So I do have more tissue paper, and I am just going to touch that up right here and right there, and you won't be able to see the difference. But again, it's real life, and that's what I love about this. So everybody, I do hope you get the chance to craft these on your own, give them your own spin. Don't forget, these hats would be also fabulous for Christmas time, so grab one or two extra if you do see them in the Dollar Tree. Thank you so much for continuing to sprinkle Gnome and Backyard, and you all just have a fabulous, fabulous fall day.